What's up, folks? Sean the Average Angler coming at you with another great video. Today we have it's a trash it or fish it, but it's really kind of not. This is a definite fish it. And I just want to talk to you guys about this bait. It's been around for a little while, been extremely hard to get. They're getting a little easier to get as time goes on. But if you're not familiar with them, they're really worth getting and trying when you can. Okay. If you're new to the channel and like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button down below. Join the Average Angler community. When we hit 5,000 subscribers, we are going to have a big tackle giveaway. I got a lot of good stuff. Who knows? I might even give one of these away. I gave 2 away last time. I might give 1 away this time. But today we had a big score. Local drop. My local tackle shop had a drop on these today. I picked a couple up. And what are we talking about? The ever-coveted Grow Design Works flag. This one happens to be a 255. I have a 170 over here. These are the mother lode of swim baits. Call it a swim bait, glide bait, whatever you want. We're going to go over a little bit here, and I'm going to tell you what I've learned about them. And the drawing power of these things is crazy, and it's because they swim so well. They're so realistic, and quite honestly, you can do so much with them. That's kind of the cool aspect of it. You can burn them, you can slow swim them, you can swim them at a normal pace, you can chop them, you can glide them, you can weight them to put them down into other water columns. You don't need any special gear to fish them, so you don't have to go out and buy any specific swim bait rods. Probably something you have already can be used for these, okay? This one here is a 170, okay? 7-inch swim bait. You can see it's pretty narrow. It also crushes up into a little tiny ball real easy. So these are very easy for the fish to eat. Okay, they come with really good hardware and hooks already. You can see that hook kind of tucks up in there. It stays in there pretty darn well. This bait is really, really fun to fish, especially if you have clear water and if you got grass around. This is insane because I'll reel this over the top of grass and you won't see anything anywhere. And then you'll see this giant fish just come flying out of the grass, totally committed to eating that bait. It is unlike anything I've seen before. Okay, there's also accessories you can buy for these. They sell a band that goes around here so that this doesn't fold quite as much, and that'll give it more of a glide. Okay, they also sell a lip attachment for them. They come with extra eyes. They come with some things here to use as this hook becomes worn. It's just a piece of fiber you can put through. You can see the little hole mark just above my finger there. You can push that in there and it'll hold the hook back in place. Now these are extremely durable. Don't mistake this for a Berkley Nessie. This is not a Berkley Nessie. This is what Berkley was trying to do when they came out with their Nessie. It is nowhere near this, okay? Their bait does not swim worth a darn compared to this. I have Nessies. I've got some Nessies over there in the tackle giveaway box. These are phenomenal. Now, my local tackle shop, Coyote Bait and Tackle, just did a drop. This one here was from Clear Lake Outdoors. Okay, there are certain tackle shops around the country that have the proprietary deal to sell Grow Design Works. I'm going to pull out the other one here because these are both meant to be the same thing, okay? It's a California hitch. This one, notice the blue line because this is really where we're going to see a difference between the two baits. Now this one, the 170, I believe weighs right around an ounce. It can be fished on pretty much your average jig rod, if you will. I like something like a 7'3" to 7'5". These things skip like nobody's business. You can put them in places you never thought about putting a swim bait or a glide bait that swims anything like this. This is kind of a cross between a swim bait and a glide bait, if you will, okay? It swims really good like a swim bait, but it'll do some things like a glide bait as well. And it's really kind of in that water column of a glide bait. Okay, so this one is substantially bigger. This is the 255 in my local tackle shop right there, Coyote Bait and Tackle. Okay, and you will see, again, extremely soft and flexible. They come pre-weighted to run as they're designed. There's a little weight inside this hole here. There are videos out on what you can do to weight them, to get them to run deeper. I personally have not had a lot of success with that. It's a little tricky. Quite honestly, I don't think you need it. The places I fish these, the fish come up and get them. Okay, there's not a whole lot of ifs, ands, or buts or questions about it. All right, so you saw the other one said Clear Lake Outdoors. This one says Coyote Bait and Tackle. So what they did was they got to work on their own color pattern, right? And then they got their names painted on it. Pretty cool. I like the personal touch there. This, I think, is a much better hitch pattern. My experience with the blue line is that if they're on the blue, they'll eat it really good. If they're not, they can be a little hesitant. This bait, you'll see that pearlescent kind of flash, and you'll kind of pick up a light blue hue in that. This is one of the better colors I've seen. And I have a lot of these, okay? I started buying them on eBay. I've picked them up from different drops across the country. If you know where to get them, you know where to get them. I don't want to give that up because, quite honestly, I don't want the messenger to be shot. But anyway, this is a magnificent bait. The 255 is really something I use. The drawing power on the 255 is just incredible. It's quite a bit bigger than the 7-inch, right? The 7-inch is very small. Smallmouth will eat it. Spotted bass will eat it. Quite honestly, the way these swim, they will attack this one. And as you see, the way it balls up so easy, it still isn't for a 4-pound smallmouth or a 4-pound spotted bass. It's nothing for them to get that in their mouth, okay? It's very soft. When they see these, they tend to come unglued on them. That's the thing. So the 255, a little bit heavier. Let me see if I can get a weight for you guys really quick. I don't know if it's on the box. I don't think so. Yes, it is. 3.2 ounces, okay? So you just still don't need a whole lot on this. You could use a heavy crankbait rod, a flipping stick that kind of has a parabolic bend to it, or you can get into getting a swim bait rod. Okay, again, it's a soft swim bait, but it's a treble hook, so it's not like a Huddleston with a single hook that you need a lot of hook setting power. Like I said, they tend to freaking crush these things when they come up and eat them. There's not a lot of question. When they come unglued on it, they come unglued. They are convinced that it is something that they want to eat. This little fly over here is really working on my patience. All right, so let's get into talking about cost, retail. The 255 is $110. I picked up 2 of them. Okay, that's the limit. You can't buy more than 2. If you want to look on Coyote Bait and Tackle's website, they may still have some. They had the 255s, they had the 170s, and they have the 150. The 150 is a profile of a shad or bluegill, more or less. Okay, they're much taller top to bottom, shorter in length. Very, very effective. There's been a lot of videos circulating on Instagram about them. Color I wouldn't overthink it too much. There's most of the colors I've seen are pretty effective. And again, it gets back to the swim of the bait, how effective that swim is. And I'm telling you, man, when you burn this thing, it's all, the whole motion, and it's just sped up. You can chop it and it'll just chop side to side. You can glide it by putting the bands on it that are for sale as a separate accessory item. There's lips available, again, to work it another way. It is a fantastic bait that, quite honestly, is rivaled by nothing else out there. Now, I have a couple other baits that are similar styles. They work good too, but they don't do everything that this does. Some sink a little faster, some stay higher in the water column, some are line through, some are not. This is not. It is a rigged system. If you have a concern about how tough these are, there is fiber running through this joint. Most of the time, these baits will catch lots of fish, okay? I don't throw them where there's stripers because I don't want my baits to get torn up. Most of the time, stripers will eat just about anything anyway. So if I want to catch stripers, there's other baits I can throw that cost me much less money. These I'm going to reserve for largemouth where there's not stripers around. Now, if it's tournament, game day, and they're eating these, well, all bets are off and you're gonna have to just deal with what it is, right? Line size, you can throw what you want. I find the 170, 15, 16 pound test is pretty ample. Never had a problem with it. The 255, I'm gonna go with 20. These are baits that you are fishing mostly in open water. You can fish them down banks, bluff walls, over points. I mean, again, the drawing potential of these baits is incredible. And if you're pulling fish up from deeper, then maybe you want to run a chop, not burn it, because if you burn it, it'll get out of the zone too fast. If you're fishing right over the top of some weeds like I was talking about earlier, those are situations where I like to burn it a lot. It gets the committal from the fish, becomes suicidal because they have no time to react. It's either I have to go now or it's gone. And a lot of times they tend to go for it. If you need to slow down, you can chop it, you can slow reel it. The bait works every single way you could need to retrieve it. That's the great thing about it, okay? When you stop it, it just suspends. It's a fantastic bait. Kudos to the designers of the flag. It says right here, realistic swim bait on the bottom. It is extremely realistic. Nothing else I've ever seen on the market even comes close. Oh, we were talking about the prices. I think this one my buddy bought, he ordered it a mail order. I think he said they were about 55 bucks. I think the 150 bluegill shad shaped type one was about 70 bucks, something like that. Okay, with the duties they had to pay, the prices went up a little bit over last time. But anyway, I really encourage you guys, if you can get one, definitely do so. If you can't find one at a buy, a store drop, whatever, there's always eBay. It is what it is as far as the price goes. There's some of the Japanese stores have them sometimes. Same deal, all right? It is a fish it. It is a unanimous winner. It was never a question. Never a question. I just really wanted to share this with you guys. Hopefully you can tell how excited I am when I talk about fishing these. It is a blast and can put some really, really big fish in the boat. Best time to fish them? Anytime, really. But, you know, springtime is definitely a highlight time when those fish start coming up out of deeper water into your shallows. That's a really good time to fish these, you know, when they're pushing bait and stuff coming out of the winter, moving into that shallow water. They become very, very prone to eating these types of swim baits, okay? Anytime the glide bait's good, same thing, right? All right, Sean, the Average Angler, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.